Hi, my name is Ryan, and my Eagle project, Safe Route to Landels Elementary School, was designed to try to increase the safety of students walking over to Landels Elementary School. The reason I chose traffic and commute safety for my project was because I noticed there were some traffic accidents in my community regarding students, and I wanted to try to improve the safety of the people living in my area. In my city of Mountain View, there's this committee called the Safe Routes to School Committee, which designs routes for elementary schoolers in a radius around elementary schools. And they design these routes to be as safe as possible for these students. So, right, like the fewest possible like road crossings and things like that. And so they design it for all the elementary schools. And so what my project was I wanted to help visualize these routes that were designed by this committee. And so I used stencils and paint, and I would use these to paint paw prints on the sidewalk to make it easy for students to follow the routes to their school, which is Landels Elementary. I'm standing where it's behind me right now. What I would do, so my strategy, before every workday, I would go to the location that I was going to work on, and I would use this stencil, and I would mark out where I wanted the paw prints in chalk, because I just wanted to make it easier for the volunteers on my workday, so they didn't have to figure out where to place the stencil. I figured it out beforehand. And so when a day later, when it was the workday, people would use stencils like these, right? There's two here, but I had more, around 6. And so they would use these stencils to fill in the paint, and they would line it up with the chalk. And so for painting, we have these paint cans, and what each volunteer would do was that they would get these cardboard box, and they'd have all their paint in it to try to reduce the amount of spills, because we wanted to make sure the quality for each stencil was high. And that's about it for tools and materials I used. All right, so let me show you some of my work. So we would use the two colors for the two school colors, yellow and blue, to try to signify that these stencils were leading to Landels. So I would try to have the blue stencils on the left, have the yellow ones on the right. And so this was kind of the pattern that I used throughout my work, right? To try to help people, to lead people towards it. So after I finished my Eagle project, I wanted to know if students were actually using my markings to go to school. So what I did was I worked with the principal of Landels Elementary to send out a survey in the school newsletter. And after reviewing the results of the survey, I discovered that the students were in fact using my markings on their way to school, and that the aspect of it they enjoyed the most was how aesthetically pleasing it was to them. The students, they found the colors to be exciting and engaging, and they just liked the fun aspect of it. And that's it for my Eagle project. Thank you for watching.
Hi, my name is Emily Ann Ramos, and I'm the Vice Mayor for the City of Mountain View. I wanted to share how Ryan's project has had a lasting impact on our community. By working closely with our city's transportation staff, he helped create clear, welcoming routes marked by paw prints by our Landell School mascot, the Lions. This collaboration reflects Mountain View's commitment to safe, accessible, and engaged communities by encouraging walking, reducing traffic congestion, and strengthening connections among neighborhood families. Thank you for your work, Ryan.
After I finished my Eagle project, I decided to incorporate it into a paper that I was writing, and I presented it at the National Academies Transportation Research Board Conference.